Okay, so I'm sitting here in the car waiting for somebody, and I just want to answer this quick question that I think is important. Is a MBA actually worth the hype? And I'm going to tell you that it probably does for the most part, for most people. And it's the one degree that I would recommend that people get across the board, and it doesn't matter what kind of area that you're in. It is a very, very useful degree, and actually it's pretty easy, relatively low cost. Not easy, but relatively low cost in terms of the benefit that you actually get. So if you don't know me, I am Professor Dave Maslach. I'm an associate professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship, and I created this whole reciprocity project to give back as much as I possibly can. There's so many people that help me out that I want to pay the favor forward to help you out. So MBA degrees, what is it? Masters of Business Administration. What do you learn? Everything that's related to business, but that's very broad. I don't know if you know that. Most of us that study business, most of us professor types that study business, we actually don't sort of focus on business as you think it is. Many of us study organization. So many of the sort of things that we began studying actually were like hospitals or large sort of institutions, those kind of things. And then we branched out towards studying, more financial kind of stuff that you think of in terms of business. And it's really broad in terms of the things that we cover. So I want you to go into it thinking of you're going to learn a lot beyond business as you think of it is. You probably have a little bit of a stereotype of what business means, and I want you to sort of remove that stereotype first of all. That's going to be your biggest thing of like, that's the reason why I hear people doing other degrees, and I'm like, that's kind of silly because we do the exact same thing. We just have like a different mindset. Now, why would I recommend an MBA over all the other kind of master's courses that you can get? And the reason is that it is a very versatile degree. It gives you lots of options. It is one of the few degrees that other people recognize as a worthwhile degree, which is really, really important if you didn't know that, right? Like the value of your institution or the value of your education is not dependent on you. That's part of it. The value of your education is what other people think about it. And if other people don't perceive it as like worthwhile, then you're going to get a discount on that degree. So it's the one degree, and I'm not just kind of like saying this. I've seen lots of people take it. Lots of people do this, and it is the one degree that you actually get value from it in terms of financial value. And it doesn't matter where you go, you generally do get that. Now, there's a caveat here, and you could do this quick and easy calculation. Figure out how much it's going to cost, and then figure out how much your lost wages are in that time period that you're going to take that course. Add that up. That's called your opportunity cost, as well as your cost for the actual program. Add that up and then figure out what is the actual salary increase for the institution that you're applying to. You can get those numbers pretty easily through any admissions office. They should be able to tell you what the average income is, but also multiply that average by the number of people that actually graduate and get a job within a couple of years. So some of the ones that are not as good, it's harder to get a job. But generally with an MBA, you do okay. You can imagine a bit of a salary boost when you do that. So and that's partly the reason why I do it. But then the other way I would suggest it, the other thing is it's a different experience than you thought of with undergrad or anything like that, right? People are mature, or not necessarily mature, but they're more mature, right? So they're getting a little bit more. So the experience is a lot more fun. It tends to be a lot more of people caring about things. Not always, right? Like I'm generalizing and stereotyping and all that kind of stuff, but generally it's a little bit more fun because people are there and they're ready to learn, which is very different from a lot of experiences that you might have had in undergrad. Classroom environments are really, really fun if everybody wants to be there. They suck if there's a group or a side that doesn't want to be there, and I want you to be well aware of that. So I think, the hype is worth it. I think that you can do really well with it, and I'd highly recommend it. So with that, take care and have a wonderful day.